had found out I was pregnant a week earlier. That Friday they raided the house and he didn't know. So like he answers the door and then he gets me and says that the lady's out there to see you with a police vest. He has no idea that I've ever been a criminal. He thinks I'm in town for a change of pace and going to this community college because I was overwhelmed with the big university. So now I walk through the door. The lady says, don't make any sudden movements. And the police fly from the trees, the bushes, the sides of the street, the everywhere. He thought it was a mistaken identity. He said that the moment that he looked at me and they said to him, can we search your house because it's in your name, it's not in her, so we can't search the house. And he said, yeah. And I said, don't let him search your house. They don't have a warrant. He was like,
oh, damn. What did you get me into?
He looks at him and he goes, do you have a warrant? And they were like, no. And he was like, you can't search my house. And he was so devastated. And I was like, and then the person was like, well, we'll lock your house up, make you go out and still get a warrant. It'll take like 12 hours, something ridiculous, whatever. They lightly searched a little bit, looked around, and they were like around 3:30. I was like, these are the hours that people are, maybe you come home for lunch, maybe you don't, but these are the hours that I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be home. I would always try to make sure that, as best as I could, if it was like raining or drizzling, I would make sure, hey, this is a good day. I need to hit a lot of homes because people aren't outside. They're not outside jogging. They're not walking their babies.
How many houses a day are you doing? You're like a lot of homes.
Yeah, yeah.
One every few days.
Oh no, gosh, that wouldn't have been near enough. On a rainy, drizzly day, it would be like maybe 7 to 9. On a really nice day where maybe people are outside, 3 to 5. My paperwork, like if you go through my court papers and everything like that, it was over 200 homes. My lawyer had them stop counting out of the master bedroom, and I'm in a long hallway. And at the end of the long hallway, to the left is the kitchen where I hear the people, and to the right is the garage door. About 5 feet in front of that is the front door to the right. But these people don't even know I'm in their home yet. So I have to get down this long hallway to the front door to get out. And then I have to open the front, unlock it, open it, let it go beep, beep, and then run to my car, which by the way, my car's in their driveway. So what the hell are they thinking that there's a strange car in the driveway for? I don't know what they're thinking. But anyways, I start walking down the hall and all of a sudden the mom sees the broken glass and she's like, whatever, starts yelling and saying, come here to her teenage son. And as I'm walking down this hall, she's walking on one side of this column that's lining the hallways. There's columns lining the hallway, and I'm rolling around the other side of the column. She's rolling on one side, walking. I'm on the other side. And finally, I make it past her. I'm passing her like this. She's passing me like this. I dart to the front door. I open it. I start running to my car. She's coming behind me. By the time I'm like to the end of the sidewalk area, she's at the front door yelling, hey, stop. I'm calling the police. Like, ma'am, that's not what's going to get me to stop. He had a mortgage company, or so I thought.
Scumbag.
It just says Amerifund Mortgage Inc. on the sign. I go to the office several times and I'm like, where are your employees? There's nobody in here. It's a desk. There's like one phone that has a long cord to a wall. Where is everybody and where is everything? And he's like, oh, they're out. So I believed it. And I was like, oh, they're all out in the field or whatever. They're on site getting these foreclosed homes. I started noticing weird things. No employees, a weird office, like a mechanic shop, but I don't ever see anyone like bringing a car and getting it fixed. I just see cars going in and then I don't see them coming back out. And I'm like, that's odd. When's the owner going to pick up their car? So I'm starting to think like things are strange because for a while I actually thought that these businesses were legit and that's how they made their money. This went on for a couple years. And there came a point when one day I was at the house. It was maybe 5, 6 in the morning. So I hear all this ruckus in the garage and I get up, and when I go out there, I see him and a couple of other Russian guys speaking in Russian and moving a lot of equipment. I mean, equipment like this, like, just tech type of stuff, but it looks like it all came from like a club, like club type of things. So I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, baby, go back to sleep, baby. So I was like, okay. I went back to sleep. I left it alone. I didn't really think much of it. Soon after that, maybe like a day or two, I was like, what was going on in the garage? And finally, he was like, okay, this guy borrowed money from me. He had an after hours club because it was very big for the Russian community to all have like little after hour spots. He basically was like, this guy borrowed money from me because his club wasn't doing well. He said that this guy that had like a smaller spot was doing really bad and he needed a little loan. So I guess we're in loan sharking too now. I loaned him the money. He didn't pay it back. So he went and he took all his
Yeah.
He took all his expensive equipment. You can't run the spot without the equipment. And he took it all. And if he had to, he would just sell it and get his money back. So that was the first moment that he like actually admitted something criminal directly to me face to face.
Right.
And that was the moment that, a normal person would be like, oh, Like you're just outright saying it, because once you kind of open the door and start revealing yourself to people, it's not like the mask is slipping. Like my standards were lowering. Like I'm finding these things acceptable. I'm okay with it and I'm staying. So now I'm complicit in this now. Shortly after that, about 3 weeks, he ended up calling me one day. It was, in the afternoon, middle of the day. Baby, I've been shot. I was like, you've been what? Shot? Like I never even been to a funeral at this point. I didn't know anybody that's died. I didn't know anybody that's been shot. I'm like, you've been shot? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, where the hell are you? He ends up telling me where he's at. He ends up pulling over. I go to meet him. When I get to the place where his car is parked, he's moved to the passenger seat. He is holding his arm. It looks like it's just gone straight through. And he's holding it. He's got his shirt tied around it and he's bleeding pretty bad. And at this point, I'm like, okay, so let's go to the hospital. And he's like, no hospitals. And I'm like, here's that stuff I see in the movies. He was kind of going in and out. It wasn't in and out of like consciousness, but it was just in and out of like, this hurts, like leave me the alone, type of thing. So I didn't want to be like super naggy at that moment. I wanted to make sure he was safe and okay. And I knew I would get the details later, or so,
Right.
I thought. So I end up leaving my car there. I end up driving him home. I get him in the shower when we get home. I put a chair in there. He sits down, kind of washing everything off. He's just kind of sitting there like this. At this point, he's like, baby, get the stuff out of my car. Please go burn it. Take all these clothes that he just took off, burn them. And I'm like, go burn the clothes. Man, I'm getting in this deep. So I get the clothes. I go outside. I burn them. I go in the car, make sure there's nothing else in there. I find a boulder, like piece of concrete like this, and it has blood on it. So I take that. I try to put it in the burn pit and I burn everything. So now another thing has happened, A couple days go by. He does finally end up telling me that he went to go do a drug deal. He's selling heroin, which he was. He actually got caught federal bringing it from New York to Florida. He totally said like it really wasn't his, whatever. He was just making a little money off the side, being like security escorting. And I'm like, you're not security.